The future was just around the corner. But for now, it was still April 2023, and I was still in Westport, Massachusetts. So this walk I'm doing today, here in southern Massachusetts near my home, I call it the Walk of the Ages. Now let me manage expectations for you guys, because you see the title of something, it says the Walk of the Ages, and you go, whoa, what is, oh, he's gonna go through the Roman catacombs or something. No, it's personally epic to me, but let me explain it to you briefly. By Walk of the Ages, it's a very literal title. Ages does not mean age as in like 1,000 years, the walk of the ages, the walk of thousands of years. No, what it means is walk of the ages, quite literally, different ages of my life. This is a walk that I plan on walking until the end of my days here on this planet. So I call it the Walk of the Ages because it's a walk that I've been doing throughout all of my ages, from being a teenager to 20s, 30s, now early 40s. There's two specific reasons why I love this walk. One, because of the passage of time. As I've been walking along the same route over the years, I love seeing the changes in the area. On Christmas Day, I would pass a house and I would see a family with a little kid celebrating in their backyard. Then a year later, I would see the same family, but the kid would be a little older. Couple years later, houses for sale. So I get these little kind of windows into stories when I go on this walk. There's a tree house up in a tree nearby that's been there for ages, and it falls apart a little bit more each year. There's a field where I filmed a movie scene, and there's all these Massachusetts there's stone walls and little thickets and entrances into woods. And so it's the passage of time experience that I value a lot. The other thing that I value perhaps more so, is that this walk centers me. And what I mean by that is I came to Westport, Massachusetts as an 11-year-old, not knowing a lot of kids down here, and I would have lots and lots of afternoons of just riding my bicycle for miles all over the place. And so it formed my imagination, and so it's an anchor for me, because as you guys certainly know, I bounce around all over the place. So going on this walk maintains my sense of identity for me, and a huge factor of that is my imagination as a little kid. I would think about Star Wars all the time and stuff like that, and it's those experiences that now that I'm older, I'm in the film business and I work on stories and projects and movies, my boss is my 11 and 12-year-old self. I work to impress that kid, and that kid went on this walk and this bike ride. So it reminds me all the time of who I am and what my purpose is, and every single time I go on this walk, it makes me feel great. It's a positive reminder. It's not an anchor to the past. It's a lifeline to the past in a good way. This house right here is an emotional site. Family friends used to live here. The husband passed away years ago, and his wife only just passed away now. I'm reminded of Yoda's house in Return of the Jedi right after he dies and the light goes out. This is where there used to be a trailer with this kind of foundation. Look at that. There's no one here. No one lives here. Whose story was this? Who lived here? What happened to them? Did they move on? Did they live somewhere else? Is their life going great? Did they die? No idea. My imagination just fills in the blanks. I mean, look at this place. There's stories everywhere. Here at the home stretch of the walk in one direction before I turn back. But this is perhaps the greatest memory of all of them, this building right here. Part of the building actually used to be a video store back in the early 90s, 80s and 90s. That's where I rented the Star Wars trilogy for the first time. That's where I saw a lot of great movies for the first time. Riding my bike here, renting a video, riding back and watching it. And as a kid, to be able to bike ride to a video store, you know, across miles by myself, it was freedom, and it was also felt like a quest because I knew that I would return home with a movie in hand. So great memories here. I don't know what it is now, Sakonnet Preservation. It used to be a real estate agency. Not sure what that is. Real estate after the video store, of course. And of course, the terminus here is St. Catherine of Siena. This is very beautifully lit up on Christmas Day. I mean, Christmas Day and Christmas evening, and I always pay my respects to her before turning back. So here she is. Hey. Hey. My new friend. Would you like to produce my movie? I think you'd be a lot of fun to work with. Hey, guy. Is this your friend? I love these horses so much. I just love them. Wish I knew your name. I gotta run, guys. It's getting dark.